Hello, we move on to matchday number 8 in Italy, Serie A predictions to look forward to. Matchday 7 was pretty crazy because we had 6 draws in the 10 matches there, so a number of evenly fought contests, and the table looks pretty strange at the moment there with AC Milan, Sassuolo, Napoli, Roma leading the charts, Juventus all the way down in 5th place. So it's nice to see them struggling a bit, but I'm sure they'll be able to pick up a few wins and get back on top form sometime soon. So let's have a look at those matchday 7 games there and see how we got on with our predictions. So Sassuolo and Udinese turned out to be a 0-0 draw. So unfortunate for Sassuolo, they had the opportunity to go top of the table here, but sort of slipped up here with just getting a point, a bit disappointing. 4-2 on the shots and 1-0 on target. So it seems like it was a very boring match. Cagilari 2-0 winners against Sampdoria. Pedro with a penalty kick, and also Hernandez. And for Sampdoria, Orgoglio got sent off in the 40th minutes in this game here, and that really sort of turned the tide. 13-5 shots for Cagilari and 5-1 on target. Spezia defeating fellow newly promoted side Beneveto 3-0 with Pop Eager and also Zola with a brace. 12-3 shots for Spezia and 6-1 on target too. So impressive going there. Parma and Fiorentina, another 0-0 draw in this match day. 6-5 shots for Fiorentina, 4-0 on target, so it was a bit more exciting than the Udinese Sassuolo game. So we want to see goals, and we didn't see any here. Lazio and Juventus was one of the games of the week. 1-1 draw in the ends. Cristiano Ronaldo, 15th minute goal for Juventus, but somehow Lazio late fight back. 95th minute equaliser from Cagilari. 14-11 shots for Lazio, 5-4 on target for Juventus. Next up, Roma 3-1 winners against Genoa, with Mkhitaryan getting a hat-trick for Roma, so a round of applause for him. And for Genoa, consolation goal from P. Jaka. At the time, it was an equaliser though. 18-7 shots for Roma and 9-5 on target. Next up, Atalanta and Intermilan. This was another big key matchup, and this too ended in a 1-1 draw. So we had Martinez scoring the goal for Intermilan, and we had Milan Chuck getting an equaliser for Atalanta. 10-9 shots in there and 3-2 on target for themselves. And we had yet another 0-0 draw. This time it was between Torino and Crotone. Crotone, 88 minutes, sending off from Lupito, so he'll be missing the next match. Coming up against Lazio, so not too great. 8-4 shots for Crotone and just the 2-0 on target for themselves here. Next game, Napoli. They were able to win this match, a 1-0 win against Bologna, with Osmihen getting the match winner. 19-9 shots for themselves and 4-3 on target. And finally, AC Milan and Verona, 2-2 draw. And Verona, they let a 2-0 lead slip away. They had Ballack and also got lucky with Calabria getting an own goal in the space of 90 minutes. But there was 2 own goals in this match actually, so Verona scored one themselves. Get AC Milan back in the game with Mac Nani. And then Ibrahimovic in the 93rd minute snatched a dramatic draw for the high-flying top of the table AC Milan. That slip up here, not too good, is it? They dominated the match, in fact, 34-7 on the shots and 8-2 on target. Alright, so match day number 8, what's they going to come up with this time? How many surprises are we going to get this time around? With AC Milan leading the way by 2 points at the top of the table. 4-point lead over suspected championship winners yet again, being Juventus. But will they do it, or can they finally be stopped in these uncertain times? So let's go for the head-to-head records and the odds and score predictions. But first, let's just review how myself and the Football Simulator got on last time round. The football side managed to get 14.3, so pretty impressive stuff there, with the likes of Cagilari to win, and also managed to predict 3 draw results, them being the Lazio Juventus draw, the Torino Crotone draw, and the AC Milan Verona draw. For myself, I also did the Lazio Juventus draw and the AC Milan Verona draw, but besides from that, had a couple of different ones, with Roma to win and Napoli to win. They were much fancier favoured oppositions, so despite managing to get 4, just like the Football Simulator, I only managed to pick up 11.17 on the points. So in terms of the league standings there, it's sort of really tightened up even more. I'm still top place, 50.56. We have the Football Simulator in second, 47.39. Cavan Wright is in third, 13.2. And finally, we have Tom O with 9.91 in fourth place. Alright, so now we'll move on to matchday number 8 here. But first up, we have Crotone taking on Lazio. And before that, I'll just get the dog back in. So I want to fast forward a couple of minutes before I get back. Oh, Bailey. Oh. Alright, sorry about that. We have Crotone against Lazio. So Lazio are the favourites here at $1.67, $4.50 for Crotone, and $3.75 for the draw. Lazio comes to us in ninth, so they were underperforming, even more so than Juventus. 3 wins, 2 draws, and 2 defeats for themselves. Meanwhile, they are bottom 20th place. They have yet to win a game this season. 2 draws and 5 defeats. Scored 6 goals, conceded 17. Lazio scoring 11, conceding 13. So if Lazio doesn't win this game, there will be a sign to whether they get rid of their manager, because they must win this game against the bottom of the table, newly promoted side of Crotone. So I'm going to go for Lazio 2-1 winners. Football Simulator is going to go for the huge upset with Crotone 3-2 victory. Next game sees Spezia take on Atalanta. So I've got no head-to-head records between these 2 clubs. Spezia big underdogs at time $7, $4.50 for the draw, and $1.36 for Atalanta. Spezia, they come to us in 13th place. 2 wins, 2 draws, and 3 defeats. Meanwhile, for Atalanta, in 6th position, 4 wins, 1 draw, and 2 defeats. And they've scored 18 goals, so equal top of the table on the goal scoring charts. Meanwhile, for Spezia, they scored 11, conceding 15. So Crotone, Spezia, both an early promoted side, so I expect them to lose these matches against top quality opposition. So I'm going to go up Atalanta 3-1 winners. And once again, the Football Simulator is going to go big, bold, punchy to try and rack up quite a lot of points if they are correct, with Spezia coming away with a 2-1 win. Next up, we have Juventus taking on Cagilari. 18 wins for Juventus, 3 wins for Cagilari, and 5 draws. Juventus 7 wins in the past 8 matches. Juventus huge favourites here at $1.22, $6 for the draw, and $11 for Cagilari. On the table, Juventus in the 5th place, 3 wins and 4 draws. No defeats, but too many draws for my liking here. And yeah, they are short by 4 points at the moment from top place. So they're going to make up that deficit anytime soon. Cagilari at 11th, 3 wins, 1 draw, and 3 defeats. So I think this isn't going to be all plain sailing here. It could easily be another draw, and 6-1 odds seems like a pretty decent shot for this game here. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Football Simulator is going to go up Juventus 2-0 winners. Next match, we have Fiorentina taking on Beneveto. So we have 2 wins out of 2 for Fiorentina in the 2017-2018 seasons. Fiorentina big favourites here at $1.50, $4.33 for the draw, and $5 for Beneveto. Fiorentina comes to this in 12th position, 2 wins, 2 draws, and 3 defeats. Meanwhile, for Beneveto, They in 16th place, 2 wins and 5 defeats. They are the other newly promoted side here, so I'm going to go for all the newly promoted sides to end up losing, which most of the time does actually happen, doesn't it? So I'm going to go Fiorentina, 2-0 winners here, pretty reasonably convincing stuff. Football Simulator is going to go Fiorentina as well, 2-1 winners. Next game is Intermilan taking on Torino. 11 wins for Intermilan, 4 wins for Torino, and 7 draws. Past 5 games has seen 2 wins each and a draw. Intermilan big favourites at home at $1.28, $5 for the draw, and $8.50 for Torino. Intermilan, they in 7th place, 3 wins, 3 draws, and 1 defeat. Meanwhile, for Torino in 17th place with 1 win, 2 draws, and 4 defeats. So Torino, they scored 12 goals, conceding 16. Meanwhile, for Intermilan, scoring 16 and conceding 11 goals. So quite a few goals in it. Intermilan scoring more than 2 a game. Torino themselves scoring at least 1.5 a match. So once again, I think this one could be a bit of a struggle there for Intermilan, as they always are in 7th. Yeah, it's interesting with Intermilan, Lazio, Juventus all struggling at the moment there. It's great to see for the neutral like myself. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. So juicy 5 points potentially on the offering. The Football Simulator is going to go up Intermilan, 2-0 winners. Next up says, what do we move on to? Move on to Roma taking on Parma. So Roma favourites at $1.40, $4.50 for the draw, and $5.50 for Parma. Roma with 18 wins to 2 wins for Parma. It's also been 4 draws. Roma 4 wins in the past 5 games. Roma comes to us in 4th place, 4 wins, 2 draws, and 1 defeat. Meanwhile, for Parma in 15th position, 1 win, 3 draws, and 3 defeats. I'm going to go with a pretty comfortable 3-0 win for Roma. The Football Simulator is going to go with an 8-goal bullet here, with Roma coming up on top, 5 goals to 3. Next game is Sampdoria taking on Bologna. So this one is a pretty tight, evenly fought on the odds. $2.40 for Sampdoria, $3.40 for the draw, $2.70 for Bologna. It's 9 wins to 7 in favour of Sampdoria, with 5 draws. Bologna picking up the past 3 victories. Sampdoria, they in 10th place, 3 wins, 1 draw, 3 defeats. Meanwhile, for Bologna, 2 wins and 5 defeats. Let's look at the recent form. We have got 3 wins and a draw in the past 5 games for Sampdoria. Meanwhile, Bologna only 1 victory in the past 5 matches. So that's why I have backed Sampdoria to get the win here, a 2-0 victory. Next up is Verona taking on Sassuolo. $3.10 for Verona, $3.60 for the draw, and $2 for Sassuolo. We've got 8 wins for Sassuolo, 7 wins for Verona, and 3 draws. Sassuolo 3 wins and 2 draws in the past 6 games. Verona in 8th position with 3 wins, 3 draws, and 1 defeat. Scoring 10 and only conceding 5 goals this season. That is actually the best defence in the league. So I won applause for Verona for that achievement there. Meanwhile, for Sassuolo, they also deserve a round of applause for being in 2nd place, just 2 points behind the league leaders. And they are one of 3 clubs that has gone this whole entire season undefeated so far in their first 7 games. 4 wins and 3 draws. So massive achievement there. If they're able to win that last game against Udinese, though, could have seen them top of the table. But that's for another time, isn't it? So got to back Sassuolo to get the win here and keep up the pace. And how long can they keep that up there? Because I don't fancy them to be in the top 6, top 7 come the end of the season. It's a bit of an oddball at the moment, but it's nice to see some other club doing some business. So I'm going to go with Sassuolo 2-1 winners. Football Simulator is going to go for Verona 1-0 winners and keep that solid tight defence record going. Next game we have Udinese taking on Genoa. Udinese come into this as favourites at $1.72, $3.60 for the draw, and $4.33 for Genoa. Udinese, they're in 19th place, 1 win, 1 draw, and 5 defeats. Meanwhile, for Genoa, 18th place, so this is a bit of a relegation battle. 1 win, 2 draws, and 4 defeats for themselves. Genoa scoring 7 goals, Udinese scoring 6 goals, so they struggling to find the back of the nets. Genoa conceding 15, Udinese conceding 11 goals. And form-wise, as you would expect, pretty terrible for both sides. Udinese managed to pick up a win in the past 5 games with a draw. Meanwhile, Genoa just 2 draws along with 3 defeats. So I'm going to go with a lack of goals once again here between Udinese and Genoa for it to be a nil draw. Football Simulator is going to edge it for Genoa with a 1-0 win. And last game, we had Napoli taking on AC Milan. So we got $2.10 for Napoli, $3.40 for the draw, $3.10 for AC Milan. So this is another big key matchup to look forward to. I think this is probably the only one of note. So Napoli, they're in third, 5 wins and 2 defeats. Meanwhile, AC Milan, 5 wins, 2 draws, and undefeated, top of the table. Scoring 16, conceding 7, compared to Napoli's 15 scored and 7 conceded. I'm going to go with AC Milan to win a goal-scoring thriller here with a 3-2 win. The Football Simulator is going to go with a 3-0 win for Napoli. So that concludes matchday number 8 at Italy's predictions. There, feel free to get involved with your own thoughts, predictions down in the comment section below. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching this video live, there at all, I'm also going live very shortly for some Van Ryan National League predictions, matchday number 10. So stay tuned for that as we round up the predictions for this weekend's matches. And then we'll do it all over again the following week. So look forward to that. Cheers.